Hi, I'm Steve Bottorff. Thank you for buying my video and welcome to my workshop. In this video, we're going to attempt to condense about 15 years of experience into a fairly short video. We're going to provide you with dozens of tips that are going to improve the efficiency of your sharpening and the sharpness of your edges. So please come into my workshop. The knife sharpening business has got a lot of potential because every household has knives, and 90% of those knives are dull. That's the good news. The bad news is that you couldn't imagine a market that's more widely scattered because it's scattered out to every household. There are certain little concentrations of it, like restaurants and food processing plants, but of those concentrations, they usually already have a solution in place, a knife rental business or a commercial service that's coming by to sharpen their knives. Where I think there's a great potential is in sharpening the homeowner's knives, and what you have to do to sharpen them is not go door to door. The average household has maybe a dozen knives in total and maybe 5 or 6 that need to be sharpened. So you're going to be making a call for $40 or $50 and you can't afford to do that. You really need to concentrate your business in a location where you can get a higher volume of business, keep very busy. And the thing that I found works is farmers markets, grocery stores, and other places like that where the people that use these knives, who are foodies, are going anyway. So if you go to a farmer's market on a Saturday morning, set yourself up as a knife sharpener, work there long enough to get to be known, build a reputation, you're going to have a stream of customers. You're going to find 100 to 150 pieces to sharpen on a Saturday morning, and you're going to be able to make $400 or $500 or even more on a Saturday morning. My main interest in knife sharpening is in kitchen knives and knives that are similar to that. Pocket knives, hunting knives, fillet knives, and other simple edge tools that are sharpened with pretty much the same technique. So this can extend to scissors and scissor-like tools like a lot of garden tools, and also to larger tools like machetes or axes and things of that type. I don't do work in salon shears or clipper blades or saw blades or lawnmowers or any of those industrial type of sharpening. Generally, there are people around that cover those industries, and so you don't have the demand for it. But I want to talk about kitchen knives and their close relatives. My basic assumption is that you're interested in this for starting a business, although hopefully this video will be useful to you if you're simply wanting to learn to improve your own sharpening skills. We also publish a booklet called How to Start Your Own Knife Sharpening Business, and we recommend that to you if you are interested in the business. And certainly as a background to this video, you should be buying and reading this book, Sharpening Made Easy. Many of you may be interested in the restaurant knife business, thinking that's where you're going to find the largest volume of business, and that's true. It's a volume business. The downside of that is that in most cities there are services that are already servicing the restaurants, and the average price for sharpening a knife in the restaurant service is $2 or less. In the household knife sharpening business, where you're sharpening at a farmer's market, a grocery store, or a culinary store, the going price in this area at least is about $1 an inch. So there's more money to be made in sharpening a small number of knives at higher prices than a large number of knives at lower prices. However, there are plenty of business models that'll let you do the restaurant business and be successful at it. Pretty much requires that you have a mobile system where you can set up very quickly in a restaurant. You can run in, sharpen a dozen knives, move on to the next restaurant, and keep moving all day. But for the business model that I'm after, we like to sharpen in places where foodies and other knife users normally gather. And for us, that's mainly the farmer's market. It's also the culinary stores and high-end grocery stores. Sharpening at farmers markets, I've been able to make as much as $500 and $600 in a 4-hour shift at the market. So there's a lot of potential for income there. Of course, there's only certain hours a week that a market is open, so you're not going to be able to work 40 hours a week and make a full-time living if you're doing the farmer's market circuit, and you may want to look at some of the other related sharpening services if that's your goal, to make a full-time income from this. Some of the other very lucrative areas are sharpening of salon shears, clipper blades, and those things that go into the beauty tool industry. We don't cover those here. We're simply covering what's called fine edge or straight edge knives.